Hi my beautiful stars, I hope that you're doing so well today. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Molly and I'm so grateful that you're here today. Please consider hitting the subscribe button. It's free and it would really help my channel out, and also liking this video shows YouTube that you like videos such as this one. So let's get into today's video. I talked about tackling my physical TBR with a TBR challenge jar, and I thrifted this little guy. I think it's meant for like your little dish sponge or something, but I thought it was really cute and I wanted to use it now. So I put some titles from just one section of this bookshelf right beside me here of just titles. I know some people have done TBR prompt jars, which I think I'll do next once I finish this one up. It's really helped me get through a lot of books that I otherwise probably wouldn't have picked out on my own. Of course, I picked all these out at one point in time, whether thrifting them, finding them at little free libraries. Some of them I got as gifts, but a lot of these books, like at one point in time, I wanted to read them. And then it just kind of, as I got other books, those piqued my interest more. And if you are an avid reader like me, you probably understand the struggle of just wanting to get more and more books, and then the ones that you got just a few months ago become less interesting. So this has really helped me a lot. I've read a lot of Stephen King this year. I think I have 2 Stephen King books left on this shelf in particular. I'm gonna pick 10 books from this TBR jar. It's going to be my 10 before the end. TBR jar picks my 10 before the end. So these are just kind of hopefuls. I just did a late fall, kind of like an early winter TBR hopefuls video. It was just my last video, so if you want to check that out, I'll have it up in the cards, but you can also go on my channel and click it there. It might even be on the end screen of this video too if you make it to the end, which would be awesome. I would love to get through those as well because those are ones I really want to read. Some of them are behind me here. Otherwise, like, I'll try and fill in the blanks with these ones, and I still have to finish Grady Hendrix's How to Sell a Haunted House. I'm so close to being done. I'm like halfway, so without further introduction, let's just get into it and see what the jar picks for us today. Okay, I'm kind of scared to be honest. I mean, scared is like a weird word to use. Oh, one fell out. Number 1 is Behind Closed Doors, and this is by B.A. Paris. I already know what this one looks like. If you've been on my channel for a while, you know that I actually picked this book up at a little free library. I did a lot of little free library hunting a couple of years ago, and I haven't been able to do it as much as I would like because I work full-time now. I mean, okay, for legal purposes, I really do love working full-time, but with content creation, it's hard to find time to do stuff like that I love. Anyways, this is going to be the first book that I read, and or I guess not the first book technically, but it could be any time, but this is the first pick that we got. I've heard really good things about this one. The tagline is The Perfect Marriage or The Perfect Lie. If you've read this one, let me know, and let's get into number 2. The Secret Life of Bees. I believe I got this at a little free library as well. I actually had to fix it up a bit. So the little free library had a lot of water damage, and then the back was ripped, so I taped it, and then I like let a fan dry out the dampness, and then I set it in between books to try and flatten it. So I tried Secret Life of Bees. This was turned into a movie, I believe, and I have not seen that either, so I have no idea what this is about. I think it's a little bit of like a mystery. This one should be a nice little one to read. I think it's just over, let's see, it's just about 300 pages, so this will be a fun one. I probably wouldn't have picked that otherwise, to be real. Okay, number 3. Pet Cemetery. So I thrifted this. This is actually my first Stephen King novel I ever got. I've heard people really like this one. It is a hefty, it's like almost 500 pages, so Stephen King, yay. That was the 3rd book, so this is the 4th one, The Wedding Party. This is by Jasmine Guillory. I read The Wedding Date by her, and it's the companion book to The Wedding Date, so if you've read this one, then I'd recommend reading this one. You don't have to read The Wedding Date to know what's going on in this one, but it takes the 2 sub-characters from The Wedding Date, and then this is about them. I really did like The Wedding Date. It did get a little repetitive. There's a lot of spice in it, so if that's your vibe, then I'd recommend it, and she writes it very well. So this will be a fun, cute little one to read. I've been wanting to read it for a long time, so I think that's good that it's on here. We have a pretty solid mix. There's like thrillers, a horror novel, kind of like a mystery-ish book, and then a romance. So we have 4. Let's get to the next one. 5 is Little Women. Oh, wait. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, I've never read this. Oh my gosh. Why am I like just got chills. I'm so excited. I actually got this at a bookstore. It's a coffee shop and they turned it into a bookstore as well. And I've been going to this coffee shop for years and it has a special place in my heart. So when they started selling books, I was like, I have to support them. So I bought this one because I've always wanted to read it. So this will be such a good one. And I think this is actually a really great time to read this book because it's kind of like the fall into the winter vibes. So that'll be great. So we got 5 books. Oh, that's a good one. Okay, I'm getting excited. Oh, 2 fell out with that one. So we got 6 and 7 here. So number 6 is Alice Through the Looking Glass, which I actually have not read Alice in Wonderland yet. So this is the second book, but I have both Alice and Alice Through the Looking Glass. So this is by Lewis Carroll. I think I could read this without having to have read the first one. So this is this one. It's a little bit shorter. Looking forward to that one. I think I thrifted that book. Oh, The Ghost Comes Calling. Oh, that's so funny. It's actually this book here. I got it at the bins and it's literally like a book I probably would have read in like maybe elementary school. Literally came from an elementary school, I think, library, and I found it at the bins and I was like, I have to save it. It's so fun. So this is only like 80 pages. So this will be a really good one to read if I don't feel like reading something super hefty. Just 2 books left to pick out. 8 is Been There, Done That. Here's Been There, Done That. This is by Carol Snow. I also found this at a little free library, I think last year. It reminded me a lot of Never Been Kissed, if you've ever seen that movie with Drew Barrymore and David Arquette. Basically, I think she goes back to school under like an assignment and she's like undercover at a high school. So I was like, that sounds really good. Now on to number 9. No. I knew I was gonna do it. I knew it. We got Stephen King's The Shining. Why? Okay, so it's not that I have anything against Stephen King's books. I've just really like had a lot of it this year. So that's why I'm like I got this book last year at this like random flea market when my sister Lauren and I were going to Madison. We ended up in like, oh my gosh, I can't remember the town. It was in Wisconsin and it was like on a random campground and I found it for like 50 cents. And so it's very vintage. So it has stills from the movie in here, which is pretty cool. Maybe we'll get to that one. Of course, I'm definitely gonna give it a good old try, right? So that's number 9. I can't believe we're already picking the last one. Oh, that was perfect. Heaven is for Real. This is by Todd Burpo with Lynn Vincent. It's about a little boy's astounding story of his trip to heaven and back. Yeah, I think it is actually the true story of this like little boy. I know that they made a movie out of it and stuff. I think I've just heard so much about it. People are like, you just gotta read it. So this one is only like 157 pages, so not bad. These are the 10 books before the end that my TBR jar picked out for me. It's a pretty hefty stack, but I think it's actually a really good mix of books. I'm pretty excited about this. Got some fantasy, romance, horror, an actual like real story, so that's really cool. These are my 10 before the end. Just to recap, we got Heaven is for Real, The Shining, Been There, Done That, The Ghost Comes Calling, Alice in Wonderland, Little Women, The Wedding Party, Pet Cemetery, The Secret Life of Bees, and Behind Closed Doors. So I'm not really sure which one I'm going to start with first. I guess I'll just take a look at the stack and just see what feels right for me. But I've already really downsized this shelf in particular. I'm going to quick show you. I will film right now with my phone just how much it's actually downsized. Dumbledore's fallen down. But really crazy. I've read so many books off of this shelf alone. Again, the TBR jar is only books from this shelf, so I do need to add some more because I've added more books to it as I've read other books from the shelf. I have lots of Nicholas Sparks books. I have some more Jasmine Guillory, some Alice Hoffman, so lots of good ones on here, and I'm just excited to get going on these ones. I will be really amazed if I can get through all of these before the end of the year, considering we have like a month and a half left. So I'm hoping I can like read a little bit every day and just like get through these. Also, a huge shout out to Pingo Books. If you do not have a Pingo Books account, it is an app where you can buy and sell your books, and it's really fun because you can use the money that you earn from selling your own books to buy other books. So I've bought books like Icebreaker, and I've also bought a few other fun ones like Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist. So I found some really good books on there, and if you want to get money off of your first order, and if you are a new user, you can use my code down below. I'll also have it on the screen, and you will get $5 off your first Pingo purchase of $20 or more, which is a really great deal because a lot of books are super cheap, so you could end up getting probably upwards to 6 or 7 books depending on where you buy them and get $5 off, so you're only spending like 15 bucks. I definitely recommend it if you do not have a Pingo Books account to check it out and use my code when you sign up so you can get that money off. But yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and let me know your 10 before the end, or if you have used a TBR jar, what books you have on your list. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Until then, shine bright. Bye!